Oh, when I first started out, I decided I only wanted to work 24 hours a week, and I needed to make those productive hours. So I couldn't be answering emails, I couldn't be answering phone calls, I couldn't be dealing with every inquiry that came in. So I hired an assistant very early on, and this was a friend of mine in Australia who was working for award wages. And after probably 6 or 8 months of working with her, it did get expensive. At least my time was productive, but then I was chasing funds to pay her. But now we can actually hire assistants overseas. We can get someone the possibility exists to have phone calls rerouted over Skype and VoIP and things like that. So I can hire an assistant overseas for a couple of dollars an hour, $3 to $5 an hour, and have them dealing with the inquiries. And then again, my time is more productive. I'm not being interrupted by phone calls. I'm not being interrupted by emails. I'm not being interrupted by people saying, are you available next Wednesday and how much do you charge and blah, blah, blah. So I can just concentrate on doing exactly what I love to do. Because if you're a coach, you love coaching and you want to concentrate your time on coaching. You don't want to be taking up your time with admin. You don't want to be dealing with emails and phone calls coming in and being interrupted constantly throughout the day. You just want to wake up in the morning and go, bang, 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 I've got this client, this client, this client. And when you don't have client time, you want to be working on yourself or working on your craft. So working on yourself, obviously some self-development, some meditation, some yoga, some reading some interesting articles, and getting more information about coaching. Really concentrating on making yourself better so you can be better for the next client. Even doing some reciprocal coaching with another coach so you can be trading stories about clients and how would you deal with this. So be concentrating on doing exactly what you love to do, doing exactly what you're good at and getting better at that, rather than dealing with every single little inquiry as they come in. It's definitely.
How many assistants do you have? What do they do exactly? How did you find them? And how do you make sure that the quality they deliver is the one you're looking for?
That's a really great question. And I actually advertised on, what's it called now? It's called Upwork now, but at the time it was called, I don't know, something else. I got information from the 4-Hour Workweek about Tim Ferriss hiring his assistants, and I put it out there saying I wanted someone to work as an assistant for my coaching practice. And I had some specific criteria in there that I put there. And there was probably about 20 people who replied. Only about 10 of those had the criteria that I wanted. And when I booked them into my calendar, I think 4 of them actually turned up on time. So 6 of them pre-qualified themselves by just either stuffing up the appointment or not showing up for the appointment. And of the 4 that I spoke to, I wanted to make sure that their spoken language, not with a particularly strong accent, so actually the clients could understand them when they were speaking. And that was a very important thing just to get straight off the cuff, because when you're dealing with someone overseas, you're not sure whether their accent is going to be too thick for someone who lives in your local area. So have a chat to them, check out how the accent sounds across the phone, make sure they've actually got a reasonable amount of intelligence. And then you can train with them. You might go through a few assistants. So my assistant that I've got working for me now, I think I've got 3 assistants working for me now, but I went through probably 3 or 4 before I actually settled on this core team. And some of them work out, some of them don't work out, some of them work out for 3 or 4 months, and then situations change. So I think any business, you've got to have your training procedures and your systems in place, because nothing lasts forever. Anybody who's working for themselves now probably used to work for someone else, and whether you lasted 6 months or 12 months in your McDonald's job or in your office job, there's always going to be someone leaving and someone else coming in new to take their place. So you just got to be prepared for that, and don't think that you're going to have an assistant forever, because it's not going to happen. When I'm training my assistants, I do recordings, I do screenshots of the video recordings of the screen that I'm working on. So I can show them how to do things, but I'll also keep that, because if that assistant disappears or gets a better job or gets hit by a bus or gets married or whatever happens to them, then I've still got that training manual or that system that I can show to the next person to bring them up to speed very, very quickly.